How to be found. Everybody is searching for you as a candidate. Recruiters, hiring managers, internal colleagues, everybody is searching for you. The only thing you need to do is to be found. My name is Martin C. de Jong, 20 years of experience in recruitment and hiring manager, and I'm going to tell you all about this in the current video. Recruiters, hiring managers are not waiting for people to apply on vacancies. No, what they do is they search themselves. Most of the times, even before the vacancy gets online, they already start searching in their own networks for candidates. How do they search? Which platforms do they use? Well, in the area where I live, Western Europe, LinkedIn is the most preferred platform with employers and recruiters looking for candidates, and candidates, job seekers are looking for a new job. So you want to be found on LinkedIn. Well, the question is, how can we make your LinkedIn profile into a magnet so recruiters, hiring managers come to you instead of you spending day and night looking for vacancies, changing your LinkedIn profile, your CV, your cover letter, answering all kinds of questions by applying yourself. Change it around. Turn your LinkedIn profile into a magnet and let recruiters, hiring managers come to you. It saves you a lot of time, and it actually is the most efficient way of applying nowadays. So, where do we start? How can we rebuild, rewrite, or write your LinkedIn profile from scratch? Well, first thing we're gonna do is create a focus. You need a focus. What are you interested in? What kind of sectors are you interested in? What kind of roles are you interested in? Without a focus in your profile, nobody will find you. Whoever is searching, if you don't have a focus, you will not be found. That being said, if your focus is too limited, you will also not be found. So the sweet spot is to have a focus that is broad enough to attract the most traffic. You don't want to have a focus that's too narrow, too sharp, that scares away a lot of employers and recruiters. And so you need to watch out that in your LinkedIn profile, you include too much conditionals, saying what you want or what you don't want, which will narrow your funnel to a too narrow funnel that in the end doesn't lead to any traffic. So after you decided on your focus, we're gonna make it concrete. We're gonna make it more detailed. How do we do this? Well, you're gonna search for vacancies, job descriptions. These job descriptions don't need to be open at the moment. They can also be job descriptions from vacancies that are already closed. It doesn't really matter. You need to find 5 to 10 vacancies within your focus area that you are interested in, that are relevant for you. Now you have these vacancies. What are you going to do with these vacancies? Well, you're going to analyze the vacancies and you're going to rank the top 10 skills, keywords, strategic keywords that you can find in these 5 to 10 vacancies. So you aggregate all these vacancies to see what are the top 10 in most wanted from the employer's side of the table, of course, skills and competences in these vacancies. Right. So now you have these top 10 skills, competences, strategic keywords. What can you do with it? Well, the most important question for you to ask is, how are recruiters using these keywords? And of course, every vacancy, every recruiter is different. I know everybody is a snowflake, but in general, from my experience, I can tell you that a recruiter, first of all, only uses search or keywords for his search that are in the vacancy itself. Why? Well, because the vacancy has been drawn up by the client, by the employer, so it must be important for the client. And what's important for the client is important for the recruiter. So stick within the keywords within the vacancy. That's one. Second is recruiters always look for a job title and an area of expertise. So analyze the job titles in these different vacancies and the requested area of expertise and mirror this in your profile. So don't necessarily mention your current title in your LinkedIn profile as a headline. You don't need to mention your title that's on your labor contract as your headline on LinkedIn. That's not necessary. If it's relevant, it's more or less the same. Use the headline that you find that you analyze from the vacancies, so you will be found by recruiters searching on this specific job title. Also, mention the area of expertise. Almost nobody does it. Just check other people's LinkedIn profiles. If you check the headline, for instance, area of expertise is very rare. What people do is they mention the job titles currently mentioned in their labor agreement and the name of their current employer. Well, that's the second thing. Leave out the name of your employer. I mean, I know you're very proud that you work for a big multinational like Netflix or Google, and you want to show off your ex-employer or your current employer, but it's not smart for you. You are focusing on yourself. You're branding yourself. You're not branding your current employer or your former employer. If people are interested, they can see that you work for Google in your work experience or somewhere else on your profile. You don't need to have it in your headline. So leave it out. Other keywords that recruiters often use are keywords concerning regulations, which is quite logical because companies hire expertise because they need to. And why do they need to hire somebody? Well, because the regulation tells them that they need somebody. Yeah, basically. So regulation is a perfect keyword for recruiters to search on. And the same counts for IT programming languages and IT products, etc., etc. Like, for instance, Salesforce, HubSpot, bookkeeping systems, etc., etc. Don't overestimate the expertise of a recruiter. There are very few recruiters that know the details of your area of expertise. So help the recruiter out a little bit by guiding the recruiter with some container terms to your profile. And I know it that for you, it's so, yeah, it's so simple and it's so easy, and you don't even think about mentioning it, but you have to get into the mind of the recruiter. The recruiter doesn't know all the technical details that you're in and the specifics. Most of the recruiters are more equipped to handle the process of matching demand and supply. And whether you're in IT or doing something else, sorry to disrupt the dream, but they don't really care and they don't really know. So don't overestimate the depth of the knowledge of a recruiter. So now you know how the recruiters search and what kind of keywords are important for a recruiter. Well, second question is, of course, how do you squeeze all of these keywords into your LinkedIn profile and where? Well, the smartest thing to do is to rank the keywords. And the keywords that rank 1 to 5, well, use these keywords in your headline, in your about section, in your skills section, etc. The skills that are ranked the highest should be coming back multiple times in your resume. But Don't forget that the keywords 5 to 10 are also important to have a broad enough scope focus to attract more traffic. And the sharper your focus, what I told you earlier, the smaller the funnel. So you don't want to scare away in this part of the phase of applying too much recruiters and hiring managers. So the strategic keywords that you analyze from the vacancies 5 to 10, also squeeze them in the about section and into the work experience. So in total, as a whole, all of your strategic keywords need to be in your LinkedIn profile, but your top 5 need to be on top of your LinkedIn profile. So in your headline, for instance. So now you know how to turn your LinkedIn profile into a magnet. If you want more details, check my stan.store. I have different services for you, ranging from ebooks to me personally helping you in getting the LinkedIn profile that you want. And now I hear you thinking, hey, this was my LinkedIn profile. What about my traditional resume? Well, let me discuss what to do with your traditional resume in the next video. Oh yeah, and if you like these videos, click like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. I wish you a happy job hunting, and till next time.